to the Merrimack Valley. Colonel Poulton has just played his bugle in front of WCAP to welcome you to the best hour in radio, the JMac and the Bear Show. The JMac and the Bear Show is brought to you by Sal's Pizza, Salvatore's Restaurants, and Riverwalk Properties. I'm John McDonald, along with the Bear, my co-host, George Zaharoulis. I encourage you to call in at 978-454-4980 and talk to us live on WCAP 980 AM, where everybody gets it. I'd also like to welcome our frequent companion and all that represents Zen in our universe, Stacy, the radio goddess. Welcome.
Good morning.
Today is our third show, a show that every week we will discuss everything from Lowell, national politics, to who's on first with Boston Red Sox.
That's right, and let's get right into it. It's time to develop some interesting discussion as we get started this morning, and it's time for our regular segment of Who or What is Poking the Bear. This week on Who or What is Poking the Bear.
Halftime in the United States. The United States is in a fight for its economic life. Question is, as a nation, where are we going? Why is it that when someone states a positive, it becomes a debate? Example, Clint Eastwood, during the Super Bowl, promoted the hard work of the fine citizens of Detroit. A promotional ad indicating the turnaround for Chrysler Corporation would save 1 million jobs. The reform and restructuring of Chrysler and GM was in exchange for assistance from the United States taxpayers. The Chrysler ad, in my opinion, was a positive public relations for a United States city. It was a tribute to our people that did not give up and saved manufacturing jobs. Isn't it all about retaining jobs here? Who is Karl Rove to spin this ad? Does Rove have a better plan? Well, run for president and put it forward. We in the Merrimack Valley are fortunate to have universities and colleges as well as health facilities second to none. We have the leaders of these institutions that are on the cutting edge of technology. These institutional leaders have provided opportunities to train people both in schools and provide on-the-job training to better their lot in life. But we must sell these assets to the public sector to show the potential skilled labor force that the Valley has. Don't sell us short. The key here is to be proactive. We need jobs at all levels and create good jobs that will provide good salaries and benefits to live the American dream. So to all the elected officials, the Valley has the people. What we need are the good jobs. Other communities have turned the corner. We can do the same for better economic life. The entire Valley, in my opinion, has to work together. An agency within this area that may lead this, the Northern Middlesex Council of Governments, plus all the city and town planning departments that could work together. Let's plan now to partner all of these entities for the economic stimulus of the region. This means also a way of getting the neighborhood groups thinking and putting together their ideas, putting it down in writing to assist this process. We have to help ourselves. Forget the spin doctors.
Well, I got to tell you, George, I think you hit the nail right on the head. I personally, when it comes to Clint Eastwood and what Karl Rove had brought up, and it's no question, I'm a Republican. I don't agree with him. I am sick of Washington, D.C. politics, taking sides.
Well,
what? It's either you're a Democrat or you're a Republican and there's no in between. How about we pick America's side for once? And I think that this is a good example.
Yes, we should all be patriots. And I think Clint Eastwood brought out the fact that we have a problem in this country and we can address it if we all work together and go forward. Instead of nitpicking and pulling out these things and trying to spin it politically, we should go forward with good ideas. Take the very best that we have on both parties or all parties and put it together and go forward as a nation.
Absolutely, George. And I encourage the callers to please, anyone listening, call in at 978-454-4980. Here's my points. America has very few large manufacturers left. It's our tax dollars that save the industry, and I say that's a good thing. It's a good thing that we saved jobs in this country. We waste billions of dollars each year in pork barrel spending that provide little or no jobs or contribute to the overall tax revenue in this country. We waste and waste and waste money. I took a look at this ad from a marketer's point of view, and if Chrysler wants to drape the American flag around them, they have that right. Companies don't very often waste money on a political message. That's why I disagree wholeheartedly with what Karl Rove's point of view was, that this was not a political ad. Chrysler made this ad for one reason, and that's to sell cars. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why they did it. They want to sell more cars, and yeah, we want to feel good and hopefully build up the morale in Detroit. I was inspired when I saw that commercial during the Super Bowl. Hell of a lot better than the game turned out to be.
Yes, especially where Chrysler and GM have paid the money back so that we can start over and put ourselves forward. But along with that, we have another segment, and that's we have to take a good look at our young people and see where they're going. I found out this weekend we had a young fella that is a player for the Greater Lowell Hockey League, and that's Nicholas DeFelice. This young man has cancer, and he's fighting a tremendous fight, and he needs our help. And this is why I believe this is what one president said, that it takes a village to raise a child. And Nicholas is battling neuroblastoma, a cancer in the nervous system. Nicholas has been fighting this disease for 5 years and continues to fight. The cost is enormous for his family, both economically and financially. The Greater Lowell Youth Skating Association will host a fundraising skate-a-thon February 18th at 7:10 at the Valley Forum in Haverhill. This is a Valley problem. This is not just one youngster. This is all of our youngsters. This child belongs to us. We are kindly asking for donations to help DeFelice family. Donation cards will be displayed at the Janus Rink with your business name and telephone number to advertise your generosity. Also, we'd like to announce that on Saturday the 25th at St. Francis Church in Dracut at 2:30, there's going to be a blood drive. We must help this family and this youngster to live a better life, especially in the Valley.
There's no question, and I encourage you to call in at 978-454-4980 here with us on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it from the JMac and the Bear Show. Call us in. Let us hear what you're thinking, whether it's regarding the Chrysler commercial or you'd like to chime in here with this very, very good cause for Nicholas DeFelice, again, fighting a very, very a tough battle with cancer that's affecting his nervous system. We're here to try to help out. As a matter of fact, as a point, the first person who calls in who's willing to make a donation of $25 or more will get a Salvatore's gift card for $25. So if you call in and you're willing to make that donation to this cause for Nick, we'll donate to you a gift card good at Salvatore's restaurant or any Sal's Pizza location for $25. So let's hope that inspires someone to call in and make a nice contribution for this young man. But back to this commercial, Stacy. What do you think? What was your opinion on this commercial during the Super Bowl?
Oh, I think it was a great commercial. It was definitely heartfelt. It was wonderful to watch it with the family. Mm-hmm. It brings us all together. To talk about a few other commercials, of course. What was your favorite, John?
I think I like the Doritos commercial with the dog burying the cat and bribing the owner. I kind of like that one. I thought that was pretty good and interesting. But I think that out of all the ads, the one that really I think got to me the most, and the Lowell Sun had wrote a great article. I thought about a week or so ago. It was in the Sunday paper, written by. It was written by someone at the Associated Press's Corey Williams, but they had published it called Halftime in America, Ad Creates Political Debate. And I just really think that, we need to remember that the bailout money was our money. It was the taxpayer money that saved an auto industry. And I just say money well spent.
Exactly.
There's so much government waste, and we love to turn into these feel-good things. Something that actually, we spent our tax dollars money on and actually worked for a change, and now we're going to criticize it and make it a political issue and take another opportunity to take a pot shot at the president. Listen, I'm getting so tired of partisan politics. It just drives me every day to think, you know what? I might personally just give up my Republican Party affiliation and become an independent. I'm just so sick and tired. The Democrats don't appeal to me anymore. The Republicans don't appeal to me anymore. And I'm just so sick of the fighting that it just totally turns me off. I'm an American. And what's good for America, ought to be appreciated. What do you think, George?
Absolutely, especially those people in Detroit. I mean, they began and started bringing back the manufacturing process in this country, and we should go forward with it. Take a look at the Merrimack Valley. How many manufacturing positions have we lost? How many businesses have gone south on us? We have the best potential in this area. We have the education, we have the people, we have good support groups, and they went south on us, or they went overseas, and that bothers me. Why should it go overseas? In other words, the big money goes overseas, and the little money stays here, where people can't even afford to keep their family together and keep a roof over their heads. Shame on this country for allowing this to happen. Yep. Shame on the politicians. If you're a politician out there and you don't like my opinion, call in. Let me know.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And I often and have over the last couple of weeks, I don't give enough credit to our silent co-host, so to speak, and that's Wireless Mike Flynn. And I want to
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Wireless is awesome. What do you think about this subject? I mean, what was your opinion? Did you like the commercial
on the Clint Eastwood ad?
Yeah,
I got to tell you, it didn't make a huge impression on me when I was watching it at first. I sort of, when the commercials come on, they kind of go in one ear and out the other, and unless it makes me laugh, I tend not to respond to it. But then hearing the controversy, I, of course, went back and watched it again. But it didn't seem too outrageous to me. It reminded me of the Chrysler ads from the previous year that featured Eminem, and it was like, this is Detroit, this is what we do, and it was the 2-minute long extended one with the whole gospel choir and all that.
Right.
It was kind of like the same thing, except with a different, sort of
different approach.
Different approach, different target demographic. It was saying, like, look, this is Detroit, this is the auto industry, this is who we are, and it's time for America to really reach down and grab the bootstraps and make it work. I mean, we bailed out this industry.
Yep.
It's a fact.
We should be proud.
We should be proud. We should be proud that we have an auto industry that was really, it was born here in the United States.
Right.
It's a worldwide industry that we basically started.
Yep.
And that we should be preserving it and doing what it takes on both the political level as well as on an economic level to ensure that our factories, our manufacturers are competitive in a world market.
Absolutely. I mean, Wireless, you're dead on. I mean, with that note, I would like to try to help another local industry, and that's one of our sponsors. I want to mention, put a shout out to Nina and Jack's Hair Salon. They're located on the Lowell-Chelmsford line at the Eastgate Plaza in Chelmsford, right above Sal's Pizza at 296 Chelmsford Street. At Sal's Pizza, we say, hey, now that's a slice. At Nina and Jack's, we say, now that's a haircut. Check them out on their Facebook page, and they also have a brand new website, which I hear is going gangbusters. But Mike, I think you're dead on. I think that this is something that, we got to start standing up and being more vocal, I think, as citizens, and just say, enough with this political rancor that really contributes nothing to the process, and this let's tear everybody down type of politics. The only reason that politicians as a whole or political campaigns push it forward is because apparently it works. They have enough data that it works. Well, let's show them that it doesn't work, and let's start vocalizing our opinions across the country. Let's start sending in, I don't know whether it's emails, phone calls, whatever it is. We can start with this radio program. As if you want to call in here at WCAP at 978-454-4980 and join in the conversation, I encourage you to do that.
I think it's very interesting to note when you said the reason that these sort of emotionally charged arguments seem to get thrown into the political discourse these days. I think, as you said, it works, but we got to ask ourselves, what does it work to do? What purpose is being served by